Imagine you're walking through a dense forest. The path before you seems clear, but with every step, you find yourself stumbling over invisible roots, tripping on unseen obstacles. These hidden barriers are like the blocking beliefs we carry within our minds, unseen yet powerful forces that prevent us from moving forward on our journey to healing. Blocking beliefs are the deeply ingrained thoughts and convictions that whisper, "I can't heal," "I'm not worthy of change," or "this is just who I am." These beliefs are often formed early in life, shaped by our experiences, relationships, and the narratives we've internalized. Let's explore some common blocking beliefs, understand how they develop, how they affect us, and how we can begin to break free from their grip by embracing affirming beliefs and adaptive coping strategies. You might have heard the voice inside that says, "I can never get better." This belief can take hold when you've experienced repeated failures or setbacks, leading you to believe that change is impossible. Psychologically, this belief can be rooted in past traumas or chronic stress that has worn down your resilience. From a CBT perspective, this is a form of catastrophizing, expecting the worst outcome and seeing your future as hopeless. To counter this belief, begin by telling yourself, healing is possible even if it's slow. Focus on small victories and improvements, no matter how minor, to build a sense of progress and hope. "I do not have the strength to heal or recover" is another belief that can be paralyzing. This belief might develop when you've been through a prolonged period of struggle, leaving you physically and emotionally exhausted. Psychodynamically, this could stem from childhood experiences where you felt unsupported or overwhelmed by life's challenges. CBT would suggest that this belief is linked to emotional reasoning, the idea that because you feel weak, you must be weak. Start affirming, "I am stronger than I think." Remember times when you've overcome difficulties in the past, and draw on those experiences to remind yourself of your inner strength. "I do not deserve to get better" is a belief that often comes from feelings of guilt or shame. Maybe you've internalized the idea that you are flawed or unworthy of good things. This belief can be traced back to early messages from caregivers or society that made you feel inherently defective. CBT would see this as a cognitive distortion where you undervalue yourself and overemphasize your mistakes. To challenge this belief, start affirming, "I am worthy of healing and happiness." Engage in self-compassion practices, reminding yourself that everyone deserves a chance to heal and thrive. "I deserve to be sick" is a deeply ingrained belief that might arise from a sense of self-punishment or internalized negative messages. This could be the result of past traumas or being in an environment where illness was equated with attention or care. Psychologically, this belief might be tied to unresolved guilt or a subconscious need for punishment. In CBT, this belief would be seen as an irrational thought that needs to be confronted. Start by affirming, "I deserve health and well-being." Reflect on your inherent worth as a person and the positive impact you can have on the world when you are healthy. "Nothing I do will make a difference in my health" can develop when you've tried multiple treatments or lifestyle changes without success. This belief is a form of learned helplessness, where past failures make you believe that no effort is worth it. Psychodynamically, this might be linked to early experiences of powerlessness, where you felt unable to influence your circumstances. CBT would label this as a form of overgeneralization, believing that just because one approach didn't work, nothing will. Counter this belief by affirming, "Every effort I make contributes to my healing." Focus on the idea that healing is a process, and each step forward, no matter how small, is a step towards better health. "If I get better, I will lose a part of who I really am" can be a belief rooted in identity. If you've lived with illness or struggle for a long time, it can become a significant part of your identity, making the idea of change feel threatening. Psychodynamically, this belief could be tied to a fear of the unknown and the loss of familiar patterns, even if they are unhealthy. CBT would suggest that this belief is a form of identity fusion, where your sense of self is overly tied to your current state. Affirm to yourself, "Healing will help me discover new, healthy parts of myself." Embrace the possibility that getting better doesn't mean losing yourself. It means evolving into a healthier version of who you are. I am afraid of what this change will bring is a belief that can keep you stuck in a cycle of inaction. Change is inherently scary, especially when it involves letting go of old habits or stepping into the unknown. Psychologically, this belief might be tied to a fear of failure or success, where the outcome is uncertain. CBT would see this as fear-based thinking, where you anticipate negative outcomes without considering positive possibilities. Counter this belief by affirming, I am open to the positive changes healing can bring. Focus on the potential benefits of change rather than the risks, and take small steps towards embracing it. I am permanently damaged is a belief that can develop after experiencing trauma or long-term illness. This belief can make you feel like no amount of healing can restore you to wholeness. Psychodynamically, this might be connected to a deep sense of loss or betrayal by your body or mind. CBT would suggest that this belief is a form of fixed mindset, believing that you are stuck in your current state with no possibility for growth. To challenge this, start affirming, I am capable of healing and growth. Remind yourself that the human body and mind are incredibly resilient, and with time and effort, healing is possible. I am powerless or helpless to change my situation is a belief that can emerge from repeated experiences of defeat or failure. This belief can make you feel trapped, as if no matter what you do, nothing will ever change. Psychologically, this belief might be rooted in experiences of powerlessness during childhood or in traumatic situations. CBT would label this as a form of learned helplessness, where past experiences of powerlessness lead you to believe that you'll always be helpless. Start affirming, I have the power to influence my life. Focus on small actions you can take to regain a sense of control, and celebrate even the smallest victories as steps towards empowerment. I will only be cared for if I am sick is a belief that can develop if you've received attention or care primarily when you were unwell. This belief can make you fear that getting better will mean losing the care and support you've relied on. Psychodynamically, this belief might be tied to attachment needs that were only met during times of illness or struggle. CBT would see this as a dependency, where you equate being cared for with being sick. Affirm, I'm cared for and loved regardless of my health. Focus on building relationships that offer support and care based on who you are, not just on your state of health. So how do we overcome these beliefs? First, recognize that these beliefs are not truths. They are simply thoughts that have been repeated so often that they feel like reality. Start by challenging them. Ask yourself, is this really true? What evidence do I have to support this? What evidence do I have against it? For example, if you believe I can never get better, reflect on the times when you've succeeded, when you've been more than enough for yourself and others. Another strategy is to reframe these beliefs. If you catch yourself thinking, I have to be perfect, try shifting that thought to, it's okay to make mistakes, I can learn from them. This reframe can help you see the value in imperfection and reduce the pressure you put on yourself. Practicing self-compassion is also key. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer a friend. If you believe I am unworthy, try countering that belief with affirmations like, I am worthy and deserving of love, success, and happiness. Self-compassion helps to soften the harshness of these blocking beliefs. You can also start to build trust in yourself by setting small, achievable goals and celebrating your successes no matter how small. This can help to rebuild confidence in your ability to make good decisions and take care of yourself. And remember, vulnerability is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength and courage. Allow yourself to be vulnerable, even if it feels uncomfortable. Over time, this can help to challenge the belief that I am weak and replace it with a belief in your own resilience. Healing is a journey, not a destination. It takes time, patience, and self-compassion. And if you find that trying on your own doesn't work, consider exploring professional help. A therapist can provide guidance, support, and tools tailored to your unique situation, helping you break free from the beliefs that have been blocking your path to healing. You deserve to live a life free from the chains of limiting beliefs. It's time to unlock your potential and step into the fullness of who you truly are.